Os. Hello! Today I would like to share with you 3 of my favorite exercises to create internal power. In fact, in Shotokan Karate, we always strive to generate maximum power, aiming for our ultimate goal of Ikken Hissatsu, which means the famous one killing blow. And even if it's something that we never reach, this guides all our training and all our karate life. However, during my previous videos, we mainly focused on the timing in the techniques and on building strong and good stances and also creating good shapes. So today, I would like to focus more on the internal power, which means the power which is generated by the Tanden or the Hara. So in karate, I'm sure you already heard that all the techniques must start from the hips. And in fact, all the techniques must start from the Tanden, which is our main energy center to create energy, to create core power. So I would like to show you these 3 exercises that have really changed my whole karate. So let's start with the first exercise. So I would like you to be in Kiba Dachi. So try to have a good Kiba Dachi. So the horse stance. So try to have your heels towards the outside and your toes inside. Okay, facing little inside, at least parallel. Okay, and facing forward. You put your hips correctly, you raise your hips, and you must lower your stance and keep your back very straight. So from here, we are going to practice Choku Zuki. But I would like you to move in Choku Zuki, to move from your Tanden. So every time you make a punch, you make like not a step forward, but a move forward. But it's not a jump. I don't want you to make one, here jump, one, jump. You have to move from your Tanden, from the inside here. So, from a good Kiba Dachi, here, you just make a strong Tsuki and trying to move from your Tanden and trying to also focus on a good timing with each ni, san, shi, go, all together, okay? So from here, ich, here, ni, here, san, here, chi, here, go, sit, hach, kuk, jump. Okay, so you don't need to make a big move forward. You just have to launch the technique. Your intention is inside you, in your Tanden, and everything is starting from your Tanden. So from here, you really have to think that you are going forward here. You are going forward here. You are going forward here. So from here, you just push your whole body and you keep your back straight and you try to have strong and fast punches. It's very important. So this is the first exercise. Maybe you make 10, you relax, you come back, walking, relax, and you make 10 more and you can repeat, make 3 sets of this exercise. The second exercise is from Zenkutsu Dachi. So from Zenkutsu Dachi, you make a good Zenkutsu Dachi quite low, and from here you start in Jukamae Hami. So every time I will count, what you will do is you will shorten your steps. So in 5 count, your feet have to be here. In 4 count here, and during the 5th count you have to go forward, or is it? So which means, from here, Hami, you are going to make 1, shorten, 2, 3, 4, and 5 oizuki, okay? But important point is you must not raising up. You must keep the same height during the exercise. And you have to think about the internal power, the Kime in the technique, at every count. So even if it's kind of small steps, small techniques, you have to think about the Kime. So if we make it together, from here, okay, so Zenkutsu Dachi, Hanmi here, and Icha, Ni, San, Chip, go, Hey Hanmi, Ich, Ni, San, Chip, go, Hey Hanmi. and you make maybe 5 or 6 sets, you relax, and maybe you make a second series or a third series, but not more. Important thing, during this technique, you must not focus on, like in the basic, it's there is not 2 count, it's just which, so just 1 count, 1 count, with 1 breath. So you have to focus everything, all your body, all your power from the Tanden. Technique start from your Tanden, and you have to think about making a strong and a fast technique. So this was the second exercise. The third exercise is more simple, but it's quite difficult. So you have to be in Shizentai position, so natural stance. You lower your shoulders, and your center of gravity must be a little forward, and from here you put your 2 punches like that. So it's like Oizuki, but not finished, like here, and the 2 punches are here. So you are going to make a very short Oizuki. So just you have to end your Oizuki here, and you are not using Hikite. You are just using 1 punch here, one arm here, 1 arm here, 1 arm here, 1 arm here. But you don't try to be relaxed in that exercise. You try to create strong power from your core, from your Tanden, to create Kime. So from here, let's try to make 10 together. And you relax, you make 10, you relax, and you make maybe like the other exercises, you make maybe 3 sets, and that's enough. And you can regularly come back to these exercises because they are very, very, very good to build core power. Of course, there are other exercises, but these 3 is a very good start. And when you practice these exercises, it's possible that you start to feel maybe little tight. You start to feel your technique maybe a little stiff. So what I like to do after practicing this kind of energy creation exercises, I like to practice relaxed technique. So like maybe you almost standing up in Jukamae, you're just going to 1 Kizemizuki, 1 Kizemizuki, here, Gyakuzuki, Gyakuzuki. You're not focusing on speed or power. You're just focusing on relaxation. So from here, maybe nip, san, chit, just like this, just relax. So I like to practice very relaxed technique after these exercises to create internal power. And they are very tiring. So after these exercises, you will be maybe very tired, like out of energy. But that's normal. That's how we are going to build Kime. And just one word about the Kime. Often the Kime is seen as the focus in the technique. Like the thing we did in the previous videos, like Ichi, Ni, San, Shi, Go, like all together, all together. Like you go all together. But this is not Kime. Kime is not something physical. Kime is something that merge the physical, the psychological, and the energetical aspects. So it's not only from the technique that you build Kime, but of course you need to achieve this kind of timing to have a chance to perform good Kime. But you also need to perform good Kime to have a very strong spirit with its very determined, very committed in what you want to do, and very sharp. And of course, you have to build core power that come from the Tanden. And with these 3 aspects, you will learn how to build Kime. And if you learn to use correctly your Tanden, this will help you also to perform like basic techniques, like Oizuki, like Kizani Mawashigeri, like some techniques where you have to challenge the gravity. If you want to know more about that, please check my older videos where I perform Kizami Morashigiri, or in which I explain Oizuki and the way we have to challenge the gravity to perform a good Oizuki. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please put a like and subscribe to my channel. And you can also join my online community, my Yushin Geiko online community. You will find exclusive traditional karate content inside, and you will be able to train live with me and also to send me your karate video, your practice video, in order for me to check them and tell you my thoughts, some insights to improve your karate. So thank you very much. I'm very happy you're here. See you in the comment or in the next video. Us.